with the whole with technical gear and stuff like that, not every one size fits all. I mean, that was the problem, and it doesn't. So we had an issue with the square mesh panel on the seine net. So with meshing fish and whatever, So we went to BIM, spoke to Matthew, and what can we do, with this? And we spoke about the T90. Matthew came up with this idea.
And then yeah, I remember seeing those photographs and all the heads of the haddock sticking out, and you said I don't want to use this, but I have to use it. And then we said, okay, we can get this T90, which is T90 100 mil mesh, which is a normal mesh turned 90 degrees. For people that don't know what T90 sounds very technical,
Yeah.
but it is actually just a mesh turned 90. T is turned 90 degrees. If you really want to go into it, T45 is square mesh. It's 45 degrees from diamond.
Yeah.
But we saw this. We said, oh, this might work. It's worked in other areas. We can apply it in. We know that the 120 is legal there, but it's a bit too big. We can turn this 100 T90. It'll be a bit smaller, but because of the shape, it will still stay open a bit more than a diamond mesh. But it should alleviate some of these problems. And as I said, when we went down, we had a great time. We went out in the boat. We got the thing working. Then the crew started to really sort of become. Initially, as we were saying at the time, this doesn't look right. This doesn't look right. And it was kind of putting everybody off. I said, take it, we'll go. Nothing has failed yet. Nothing has failed.
Yeah.
We'll go with it. We'll go with it. And then, as you said, the first fish came in, and this might have some potential. The second haul, the third haul, and then because of the way we work it, we compare it against. We use the normal net that you were using. Compare it against the first haul was the T90. The second haul was the normal net that you were using at the time, which I think was the 120. And then suddenly there's a picture being built up. And views were swayed towards the T90, and I now believe that's all you use.
That's all we use. It's actually become the standard gear we work on board the boat now, which is brilliant. This is initially when we seen it first, we were a bit dubious about it, but the quality of the fish, and how clean and the good condition it is. So that was a couple of years ago. We did that.
That's about 3-4 years ago. Yeah.
So just there before Christmas, we kind of further developed the T90 with a 4-panel T90 content and extension, and it's further improving selectivity again. So
yeah, we have these. We started to put these quick link systems on it, where it maintains a wider opening, even with the diamond mesh that's attached to it. It keeps that open more. So you've kind of multi sort of purpose along the thing that the mesh is staying open. You're forcing it to stay open a little bit, but it's forcing it with just the way it's made. And it was now, like, anecdotally, I've even heard people say, oh, I always like to buy Damien's fish. We say, well, that's what, that's it there. And you walk around the harbours now, and maybe people don't know that it's kind of started there. And you see it on the back of the boats now, this 100 mil T90, and everybody's copying it. Everybody's following it.
As we said, we were talking about the other night, it was so simple. The actual solution to this was, as you said, is turn the mesh.
Yeah.
It's
the whole concept came from two guys that were working up in Denmark, and they just said, for quality, we'll just turn this mesh. It means there's more flow, so the fish aren't the water isn't going in and creating this sort of washing machine effect. There's just a constant flow through the net. Everything comes back better. The quality of the fish, everything is happier. Again, you have it open, so the smaller ones are getting out. They're not meshing in it. It's not this kind of half open, half closed diamond mesh. It's a more open mesh.
Yeah. I suppose the beauty of these trials, it gave us the opportunity to trial the gear, and the success of the trials is that we actually use it now in everyday commercial fishing. So that's the success of these trials, and it's brilliant. And that's what we need to see.
Yeah, and then there was and it followed on, and then it became a better working relationship. And you said, what about the place? I can't catch place here. I've no problem. We said, okay, you can get an exemption to the landing obligation if we develop a figure for a survival of these place. So we took ourselves, myself and my colleague Matt, we took ourselves down to Castletownbere with a big the trailer unit, 40-foot container, set tanks up in it, set a recirculation system, and once we had that set up, we went out with you. You did your normal fishing. We caught a load of place, brought them ashore, and then we assessed the survivability. Got a high survivability, sent it to the European Commission, and now you have an exemption, so you can put the place back, because we know that 70+% of them will survive the capture process.
Yeah, And to be fair, that was that whole survey was over a 2 week period, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You went out. We went out, caught a few control fish, a couple of fish, and then as you fish normally, we just went out with you the first day. COVID and so forth didn't allow us to be on board all the time, but it was beautiful. It really worked, and it showed this. And the one thing we got about this was lots of people coming to us as well because we were located on the pier. People coming up, and even I spoke to some guys at the show here. Said, "Oh, I remember seeing that container. That was you guys. Yeah, okay."
But
Yeah.
I said the beauty, so I mean, it's not just happening in the southwest; it's happening all around the coast. I mean, we've done it with prawns and with skates and rays.
Yeah, we did it last year at Skates and Rays up in Dunleary. We were on the pier. It's the same thing, and it's the fishermen need to come to us if you've got a problem. We might not be able to solve it, but we'll be able to give you some advice on what is a potential. And it's as we keep saying, it's tools in the toolbox. It's not necessary. You don't have to use what we say, but you can take it on board, and we can develop it. We found this from working with you now that you come to us. What's this? Back forward, back forward.
Yeah, and what was dry gear there now is commercial gear now. It's been used, and I mean that's great for the stocks and sustainability of the stocks. But the discards make very very little. I haven't got the figures top of my head, but of small fish are recorded during our operations. Which is essential.
I remember you saying that it's difficult for you to catch a box of fish to send back for analysis for the observer work.
That's it. Yeah. But I mean, that's the ultimate goal is to have that.
It's just catch what you want. The crew are happier. We've noticed that with all the gears that we've ever tried. It's like the crew see that you're taking in everything that you're taking over the rail is going into the hold, and I'm not wasting time sifting through it. I'm sifting through it, but I'm separating it into what I want. And even any debris or stuff is going out through the meshes. Everything. It's just this is what I want.
Yeah, you just end up with a quality product at the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah.